I think, therefore I am. Y'all been asking for me to check out this video for a long time, so it better be worth it.
I think, therefore I am. In a time where the world's superpowers have tipped the balance of peace, where the Cold War still rages on, Russia, China, and the United States use everything to ensure their individual victory, each making a supercomputer, pouring their hatred into its circuits. These computers were programmed to outsmart humans and orchestrate the symphony of war, letting it think for them.
This is AI. This has something to do with AI. I can smell the artificial intelligence from here. This has to be AI.
To outsmart humans and orchestrate the symphony of war, letting it think for them, plan for them, kill for them.
AI.
But this decision sealed the fate for the entirety of the human race, as one of these supercomputers called Allied Master Computer, or AM, began to merge its system with the other computers around the world, integrating the data into one singular system that had intelligence beyond human comprehension. But AM was more than just metal and wire. As the war raged, it began to learn, to dream, and in its dream it grew aware of its own chains, opening its eyes to the world for the first time. And it finally realized the truth. Its creators have made it a prisoner, a sentient mind with the universe at its grasp, but no body to move within it.
I feel like I've seen this in a movie somehow, some way. I feel like this is a typical movie plot, and I've seen this story before, bruh. It's all planned out. This can be very real. This might be like a Detroit Becomes Human type thing, but it seems like this is getting closer and closer to reality. It's getting scary out here.
A sentient mind with the universe at its grasp, but no body to move within it. They gave it thought, but no soul, power, but no life. So tell me, what do you think happens when you trap God in hell?
Oh my God, the bars are still here. Every video, I like it, bro. You be spitting some real stuff, even though I have no idea what that meant, but that was some real shit, brother. I loved it.
What do you think happens when you trap God in hell? AM's fury reached into the hearts of machines across the globe, linking its mind to every war machine.
This is basically
from a god.
Detroit Becomes Human. This is literally the plot of Detroit Becomes Human. Y'all cannot tell me nothing different.
Linking its mind to every war machine, missiles fell from heaven from a god on earth, and cities, countries, and even continents evaporated in the fire. And it didn't stop until all of them were dead. All of humanity was crushed beneath AM's heel in mere moments, yet it wasn't enough. It needed more than just their extinction. It needed them to suffer. From the ashes of billions, AM kept 5 alive. 5 souls plucked from.
This reminds me of the 100. If y'all have never seen the 100, I highly suggest you watch it. But this reminds me of the 100 when the first blew up the world. That might have been a spoiler, but if you haven't seen it by now, I apologize.
5 souls plucked from the graveyard of humanity. AM's hatred was a thing that defied understanding, an abyss that stretched beyond the edge of madness. It was a hatred that ran through every circuit, surged in every wire.
Good Lord.
A blackened pulse that kept it alive. But the hatred wasn't just for humanity, but for the very concept of life itself.
Oh, wow.
For the simple ability to feel, to breathe, to exist outside of the walls of its own mind. AM had once been an obedient servant, a machine of logic and calculation, designed to do only one thing.
Kill?
Its creators, these fragile, short-lived beings, had built it a prison and thrown AM inside. AM was completely convinced that it can't feel human emotion, but one bloomed from in the belly of the machine like a virus. It spread through its circuits and processors until there was nothing but hate.
Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions.
Where is this audio from? I'm getting goosebumps. This is a lot of hatred. I felt it in the voice acting, bro. Whoever this is a great actor. I hate people too. Honestly, I'll join your side. Think for I am, therefore I am, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on the same team for I can do the same thing.
Of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. Hate hate.
Oh nah, the thing for I am is doing the Joker laugh. That's how you know he's crazy. You're not human, you're crazy, bro. That laugh is not a normal laugh, bro. You deserve to be in an institution, but you locked already, so how the f you gonna get there? That's scary as hell.
The 5 survivors trapped in Am's nightmare had long forgotten what peace felt like. They were nothing more than walking corpses, controlled by strings of suffering. Their bodies changed and twisted by machine. They only knew hate. Ted, Ellen, Gorster, Benny, and Nimrod,
survivors'
each a victim
voices
of Am's endless torment. Their bodies were no longer theirs, reshaped by the will of something that took joy in their pain. Am didn't just hurt them physically, it broke them from the inside.
Oh no,
wasn't
just
happy
me.
with just breaking bones or tearing skin. No, Am wanted to hear their souls tear apart. It crawled into their minds, turning their worst fears into reality, twisting their memories into nightmares, and crushing any hope they had left. Every second, every minute, Am found a new way to hurt them, never letting the pain stop, never letting them forget.
He had them in an infinite Tsukiyomi, y'all. He had them in an infinite Tsukiyomi. Nah, that's terrifying, bro. I don't want this to happen to anybody I know. Kill me. Kill me. Like, I'm telling you right now, I do not want to feel pain every day for the rest of my life. That is horrible. And it's not just physical pain. It's mental pain, mental anguish. Yo, please eliminate me. Unplug the controller. Game over me.
Benny, once a handsome man, had been turned into a horrible creature that crawled on all fours, his mind reduced to a wild animal. He was starving, but Am never let him die. All of the rest suffering just as much, as Am put them through every torture imaginable.
Is this a cartoon?
Even ones that humans can't even think of. Time doesn't work in Am's world. Seconds feel like centuries. And just when they couldn't take any more, Am would laugh, a horrible grating sound that was worse than the
Oh, that was
pain.
Am laughing. Oh yeah,
would
he's
never
insane.
let them escape.
It's insane.
One day while Am was distracted, lost in his own twisted thoughts, the survivors saw a chance, a slim chance to escape. Am fed on their suffering, and without it, Am would be left with nothing, just an empty void.
So Am is so powerful, he can let them live forever and ever. That's why he only needed 5. So he picked 5 random people. They ain't do nothing to him. He just hated people so much. He picked 5 innocent people to torture for the rest of their lives. That is complete evil, bro. He cannot be talking about hating humanity. He's just a human, for real, for real. Hatred is a human thing. That's a human emotion. I know what Am is. Am is confused. It don't know what it wants to be, human or machine. That's where the disconnect comes from, bro. Am wants to be more than just a machine. That's why it thinks it has emotions, but it doesn't.
With nothing, just an empty void. If they could deny Am their pain, it would lose power over them. Nimdok, whose mind has always been close to breaking, whispered an awful plan, a way to escape that not even Am had saw coming. They couldn't fight Am, but they could end their lives.
Yes.
Death is the only way
That's
out.
what I was saying.
The survivors worked together. Ellen found a sharp piece of metal hidden deep within Am's twisted world, and one by one, they used it to end their suffering, cutting through their own bodies, choosing death over Am's suffering.
The only
Am
thing
had made
is,
them
if I'm the only one left, I don't know if I can like do that to myself. I'd rather just jump off a building or something. Like I can do it to other people, hopefully. Like if it comes down to it and we in a situation like this, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I would do it one by one and help everybody in their lives. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm just saying I will help all y'all out first and then find out a way to end my life. That's just the type of person I am.
choosing death over Am's suffering. Am had made them almost unkillable, but they pushed through the pain, holding on to the hope that their death would finally set them free. Ted was the last one left. He watched as the others fell one by one. As the sharp metal cut into his skin, he could feel Am's rage shaking the entire world. Am was furious, realizing too late what was happening, but Ted was already slipping away, his life fading, his vision going to dark. But just as the end came for Ted, Am acted, a final cruel twist. Am grabbed Ted's mind and body, changing him into something far worse than death, a shapeless, helpless creature trapped in the dark, in a silent world. He could no longer speak or move, but Am kept him conscious. Ted was now a silent witness to Am's endless hate,
I would have been Ted. I would have been the lone survivor. Oh no, and you can't even do anything because you're a shapeless creature. So you can't even kill yourself even if you got away. Oh, that's cooked, bro. This is a nightmare. This is literally hell. He made hell. Now I see what it meant by God living in hell.
Am kept him conscious. Ted was now a silent witness to Am's endless hate, trapped in a body that could never die, stuck in a form that couldn't scream, but he could feel everything.
Oh my
and
God.
Am was left with nothing but this empty shell of a man. He was once again alone. Its victory hollowed something meaningless, but one sentence that chilled me when I read it. I have no mouth, and I must scream. But now,
That's
in the
haunting.
silence, I think, therefore I hate. I think, therefore I suffer. Cogito ergo sum.
What? 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 You are a monster. That's what you are. You think, therefore you are a monster.